The Chaser Report is made on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report for Thursday, the 25th of August, 2022.
Not the Chaser Report, though, Dom.
Yes, this is the week we have been impersonating other podcasts with more listeners because you can do that now.
That's what Scott Morrison did with all the ministries, but also the ratings are in, and this is a proven strategy. If you put Conversations with Richard Feidler on the name as your name of your podcast, then you get more listeners than if you put the Chaser Report.
Yeah, so we get more listeners who want Richard Feidler and settle for us than if they want us.
And the podcast system is so lax and stupid that you can just do that.
You can. Yeah. It works very, very well. And I just want to thank, if I may, from the bottom of my heart, His Excellency the Governor-General for agreeing with all these appointments. I would have thought he would have checked.
Yes.
But apparently he doesn't like to check these things.
Well, and we got the Solicitor General actually handed down the report yesterday, which said that even though this was a very anti-democratic thing that we're doing, it's completely legal.
Yeah, it's legal, completely undermines democracy, utterly misrepresentative and worthy of investigation, but legal.
Legal. And that's the only thing. And
all you need to know.
And I'm on Dutton's side on this and Barnaby Joyce's side, which is if it's legal, no matter how dodge-fest it is, there should be no consequences.
That's right. And the reality is it's so rare that anyone says that what we've decided to do is legal.
Yeah.
So anyway, which podcast will we be today?
So
we want
today,
something popular.
We are MAMAMIA's top-rating podcast called, what's it called? Talk Out or something.
MAMAMIA Out Loud, I think.
Oh, Out Loud. This is going to be a great episode because this is like steamy confessions from people who have affairs and sex tips from good-looking men or something.
I don't know that it's that. It's out 3 times a week, and it's just three people from MAMAMIA, Holly Wainwright, Jesse Stevens, and Mia Friedman, talking about what everyone's talking about. Apparently.
Oh, well, that sounds very similar to the Chaser Report. So it's just a more successful version of the Chaser Report.
Yeah, it's smart. No, that's not us. No. Often silly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
and sometimes surprising. Not anymore.
Would you ever write in your own description, sometimes silly?
Often silly.
Often silly. Okay.
Absolutely everything's up for discussion, from pop culture to politics, body image to motherhood, feminism to fashion.
Well, okay, let's talk about Dom's body image straight after this ad.
Oh, this is so depressing. I actually wish Mia Friedman was here to say things that were inspiring about aging, because that's her big thing. Like, she posts all these no makeup, kind of non-filter Instagram posts, and you go, oh, good on you, Mia. If I was as fit as you and you know, did yoga or whatever she does, I'd do it, but I don't dare post photos of myself.
Well, we should probably acknowledge that the idea for ripping off this podcast actually came from an anonymous person who wrote in saying that they had nothing to do with, they weren't a contributor to MAMAMIA or worked in the MAMAMIA organisation at all, but they really wanted us to take the piss out of MAMAMIA, and that they also wanted to remain anonymous for some suspicious reason. Right.
And this is great because if MAMAMIA are upset about it, then we might get cancelled, which would be amazing for the podcast's ratings.
Oh, yeah.
Because people would need to listen to find out what all the fuss was about.
Yes, that's right. That is, I mean, that's the trick, isn't it? But I've got a topic that is very MAMAMIA Out Loud worthy today.
Are we at all worried about the politics of 2 men appropriating the space for a Women Talk About Feminism podcast?
Well, I think that can be a whole chunk of the podcast.
Well, in many ways, Scott Morrison appropriated the job of, Karen Andrews, for instance. So this is a parody of men taking things over. It's not actually us taking things over.
No.
It's a parody of
this is searing political satire.
We're deconstructing sexism. We're on board. Yeah. In fact, I think I was on a MAMAMIA podcast.
We're allies.
We are allies.
Yeah.
Yep,
this is serious. Absolutely. Like, this is not just a parody. This is actually quite a serious topic.
Okay.
Sometimes silly.
Are you Mia Friedman in this conversation? Because it's important to know who the Mia is.
I don't know. I'm sort of okay. I
think you are.
Friedman.
I think you're the founder.
This is my impersonation of Mia Friedman. I and me, and me and I, and I and me, and myself and me and I.
It's uncanny. Right. Okay.
Dom.
Yes.
Am I dead inside? That's what I want to know. because I've just had these few hints that maybe the last remaining sort of skerricks of humanity that I perhaps had. You know, when you have kids, you sort of cry a bit about how terrible your life is now, but also with joy at, you know, how beautiful life is and things like that. I think all that stuff has shriveled up. Like, and I'll give you a few examples.
Okay.
So first of all, at the moment, my entire family is hunting for, well, not hunting, but like searching for the perfect dog to adopt.
Yes, the
into our
perfect
household,
dog.
right? Like, I don't mind a cute picture of a cute dog or whatever. And in the past, I might have gone, oh yeah, that's a cute dog. I can get the sense of that, even if I hate dogs, you know. But every photo that they show me of, you know, particular dog, you go, oh yeah, I can see that they're cute. But they're not like, oh my God, that's so cute. It's just like, yeah, whatever, it's a dog. Like, I have no emotional connection
Oh,
to...
this is worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Right. So even the most cute thing, known to be like cutest thing, dogs of Instagram.
Yes.
Even that leaves you dead on the
Scroll
inside.
through the dogs of Instagram and I go, oh, all right, whatever.
Oh dear, this is very worrying.
But
And how you're what 46, 47?
I'm 46. I'm about to turn 47, like literally a couple of weeks away from 47. So
Because it's pretty early to be completely dead inside, isn't it? I mean, you'd expect it by one's kind of late 40s, you'd be most of the way there.
Yeah,
like kind of,
exactly.
25%.
And I think,
go.
you know, like, to be fair, I think working with Craig Rucastle probably killed half of my insides in my 20s. So I probably was running on a little bit of empty. And it's the same with you.
Oh,
dog.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I think I was a husk of a man before I met Craig, but it certainly pushed things a long way along. Although, Charles, there is a loophole that you can use on this particular dilemma. And
I've got more examples, by the way, of why I'm dead inside.
We'll get to those, but this might give you a little bit of hope. There's a universal loophole that you can get out of, that you can use to get out of any situation where you don't like dogs. And I relate to this because when I met my wife, she had a dog. She'd just gotten a dog. And the dog hated all men, right? And the first time I met her, the dog didn't completely hate me. Disliked, feared, barked at, but didn't actually try and kill me.
Just normal human reaction.
Yeah, that's right. To meeting me, that's right. Yeah, I mean, and so now I have a dog. I've had a dog for part ownership of a dog for nearly 10 years. Am I a dog person? Not really. It's okay. And the loophole which I use and which my wife believes, so I hope she doesn't listen to this, is that it's not that you don't like dogs. It's not that you're dead inside. It's just that you're a cat person.
Oh, yes.
That's
a
the
great
way out.
idea.
You can just say, oh, it's family. It's not that I'm a shriveled husk of what used to be Charles Firth.
But the problem is that knowing my family and how accommodating they are, they might then turn around and offer to get a cat instead.
Oh, but aren't you allergic to cats, Charles?
I'm a cat person.
Because I am
allergic
actually,
to cat.
I love cats, but I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
No, but they know that I grew up with a cat. So
Okay. And then, but then what if they say you can get one of those hairless Dr. Evil cats?
I think I need to say that I'm some sort of pet person where there's no chance that we'll ever get the pet. Like, I'm a bit of a skunk aficionado.
Yeah, I really like extremely poisonous snakes. That's yeah. What about something large? I'm an elephant person. Like any other animal pales in comparison to an elephant.
I'm a leopard.
I'm a piranha person.
Well, actually, I wouldn't mind getting fish.
Actually, fish are pretty low effort.
Although I've heard that actually, if you don't clean the fish tank and stuff, it gets a bit stinky after a while. So, and I just think cleaning a fish tank, come on.
No, that can't be good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we've all watched Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, where he's got the fish tank. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and look, I'd spend half my life cleaning the bath after the kids. I'm not going to.
Okay, so you hate most.
Yeah, no, so but that's not the only. It's
animals.
not just pets.
Okay,
like,
so,
I think that was just like a sort of spidey sense. That, maybe I'm a spider person.
Spider person. Yeah, right. So I'm hearing semi-dead, but possibly there's a loophole.
Yeah, like sort of just go, oh, well, maybe I just don't like dogs anymore.
I'm not entirely convinced. Yeah.
Okay. I've noticed, because I used to be a bit of a sobber.
Actually, that's true. You were known for,
Yeah.
particularly when you had your eldest son, Hartley, you were famous for coming to work and crying because you missed your child so much.
Yeah.
Which was either because you genuinely missed your child or you were just really frustrated at work and not proud of the things you were producing. I don't know which it was.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably fairly accurate. But I haven't cried like in that sort of context for years, right? Like,
no.
I don't miss anyone in it anymore, ever. Like, I certainly don't miss my kids when they head off to school each day. And I used to cry at sad movies. Like, I remember, House of Sand and Fog, one of the greatest movies. I remember, like, it was just appalling. I was just sobbing.
That happens to me still.
Yeah.
I mean, in Up, the beginning of Up.
Yes.
I couldn't believe that was a children's movie.
No.
They killed her, Charles.
Oh.
They killed her in a montage.
Stop
I've never
it.
seen anyone killed in a montage before. They had a beautiful life together, which you just see very, very briefly, and then they kill the old man's wife.
By the way, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
If you have just listened to this, you should, and you haven't seen Arb, don't have listened to this.
Yeah, unlisten to
Yeah.
this. So are you saying that right now, if I put Up on right now, you couldn't muster a single tear?
And like previously, even thinking about the Up opening sequence, I would have, teared up a little. You know me, like I'm a bit of a...
You're a cry. You cry at weddings.
Yes, I cried at every wedding I've ever been to. Yeah, except. No, because I went to a wedding the other day, didn't cry. I've seen multiple. The only movie that I've recently seen that I cried at was a Marvel movie, and I don't think that says anything.
Was it just because you've been there for 2.5 hours and you realised it was pointless?
It's a fucking stupid
it was like
movie.
The new Doctor Strange one where you just kind of go, this actually doesn't matter at all.
There is no jeopardy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a MacGuffin. It's all a MacGuffin.
So
right. Which
so
Marvel movie did you cry in?
I think it was that Multiverse of Madness one.
Oh, yeah, Doctor Strange.
And you're right. It was
Doctor Strange.
Was that the Doctor Strange one? Yeah, no, it was like, this is stupid.
I mean, even Benedict Cumberbatch couldn't save that movie from being tedious.
And also, if you'd seen, as I had, Everything Everywhere All at Once Together... If you had seen that movie before you see, don't see that movie before you see. Yeah, because that movie is so much better. It ruins every other movie that you've ever seen because it is just the best movie of the last decade.
No crying. Yeah. That's not good because that you've changed.
And so I thought, well, I've got to do something about this, right? So I was reading, on Reddit, they have that subreddit called Relationships.
I can't say I've ever been to the Reddit relationship.
Right, yeah. So it's all...
Because I'm a master of relationships, as you know.
It's all sob stories about how, somebody posted the question, what's the most fucked up feeling that you've ever had,
Ooh.
And it was all these people saying, the feeling of, never seeing... knowing that you're never going to see a friend again, or knowing that your friends have moved overseas and you won't see them for a decade and things like that. And I've got plenty of friends in that situation, and I've got plenty of friends who I may never see again. And I was thinking about it and just going, I'm all right with that. Like, you move through friendships. Like, you don't necessarily like. There's people who were really significant in my life 10, 15, 20 years ago who I just probably am never going to see again, and I'm fine with that. That was the friendship.
Was that Sam Destiari?
Maybe he's the person who killed me inside. Maybe that's...
because you were friends with Sam. You got a terrible injury going to Yumcha with Sam Destiari at one point and for coming to the bike.
And then I had to have a general anaesthetic for that injury.
And when you emerged...
and then I was dead inside.
Maybe they took out part of your soul in that surgery. Maybe it was located in your arm.
Or maybe Sam Destiari bought it off the surgeon.
Possibly.
Sold it to the devil.
Your soul is now owned by someone high up in the Communist Party of China.
That's right. Exactly.
My confession in all this is I actually quite enjoy being in the MAMAMIA Out Loud podcast. It's strangely liberating. I feel free. I feel able to talk about my feelings and emotions.
Well, can we talk about your body image? No. Let's talk about why were you late today, Dom? Why were you running late?
I was late.
Because that is perfect MAMAMIA material.
Yeah, look, just lean in, girls.
Girls.
I was late today because I had to deliver
Yes.
a small plastic flask of urine to a pathology lab.
Right. Okay. And we'll get into why in a sec. But just to be clear, when you in fact, I've got the message here. When you said you were running late, you didn't just say, "Oh, running a bit late. I'll be there in 5 minutes." This is, I quote you. It says, "I have to stop at Broadway and drop off a urine sample on the way, so I'll be slightly late." Sorry. Right.
I
So
just thought it was nice to give a mental picture of the. It's not as though I'm just a bit hopeless. It said, "Oh dear, I've got to drop off this urine sample all of a sudden."
But that's not an image that I wanted in my brain.
But
I would
it
have
was
been
meant to
perfectly
create
satisfied.
sympathy. It was meant to create. Oh, poor
But I'm
Dom's
dead
running.
inside. I don't have any sympathy
I
to
didn't
give.
know that then.
That was a group chat.
Can I? Yeah, it was an important urine sample. Can I Mamma Mia it a little bit? Can I just add a little bit of Mamma Mia to this?
Yeah, so.
See, it's not my urine sample.
Oh.
No. I'm frequently.
You didn't have to get one for the baby, did you?
No, for my eldest daughter.
Oh, right. Okay. Because can I just take a side note from your side note, which is getting a fucking urine sample for a baby.
Oh, yes.
Is hell on earth.
Well, you've got boys.
Yes. And
you've got boys. It's a lot easier with boys.
Oh, is it?
Yes, because you put the penis inside the little flask.
No, because you don't know when they're going to...
Oh, I would have assumed you just hold it. See, this is what I was going to mamere a little bit in saying...
Okay, go on.
I'm raising 2 daughters.
Yeah,
I'm raising strong, fierce, independent girls.
Yes.
Such as my eldest daughter.
Yes.
Who will not provide a urine sample into the flask no matter what you do. It's absolutely extraordinary. She just refuses.
Strong-willed.
Strong-willed.
Yeah,
right. she's going to be Prime Minister someday. I'll be very proud of her then. But right now it's incredibly fucking irritating trying to get her to pee into a
So how did you do it? Did you bring back the potty?
We had to use a pediatric urine sample bag, which is not designed for girls who are 4.5. No, it's a thing that goes in the nappy. It's a plastic bag that sticks to your body.
Yeah.
And you can put either the penis in it or you put it over the vagina. And it hurt so she wheezes in it, fills up.
Yeah.
She had far more wee than fitted in this little 100ml bag.
Yes.
She's 4.5. She's too old to use it.
Yes.
And it was incredibly painful to take it off.
Oh, no.
It was like ripping a sticker off.
It's stuck on.
And she would still rather have done that than just weed in a cup, which involves no pain and is very easy. She just absolutely refused. So I'm raising an incredibly strong-willed, independent future Mamma Mia listener who's driving me nuts with this. But anyway, so I'm carting around her wee.
Now, Dom.
Yes.
As a Mamma Mia podcast, I think it's important that we look at the parenting aspect of this.
Oh, sure.
Which
is one of the things I talk about on the podcast, on Out Loud.
Have you ever heard of bribery?
I have.
Yeah.
And I did.
And
it didn't work.
It didn't work.
What my daughter does.
The whole point that's the only skill that you need to know in
she's
parenting.
She's a lot smarter than me at this, right? I'm being outwitted by a 4.5-year-old.
What did you try and bribe her with?
I negotiated for her to get an action figure of her favourite current, TV's hero from the cartoon PJ Masks.
Oh, yes.
PJ Masks is a series about 3 pajama-clad superheroes who save the world during the night.
Yes.
And the female member of the troupe is called Owlette. Owlette has an owl glider that she flies around in. And I said, if you pee in the cup, you can have an owl glider with Owlette. And she looked at it and spent the entire day thinking of all the games she was going to play with it. When it came time to do the wee, about 1 minute into the process, she's like, I don't want that anymore. I don't want it. Sorry, Dad, I don't want.
Yeah, because she'd had all the pleasure of thinking about it.
Yeah, and
she'd already experienced.
So you do a deal with her, and you think I've managed to convince this child to do what I want. I've bent her to my will.
Yeah,
and she goes, nah. Not interested. But it's a genuine struggle. It's a battle of minds, and she is winning.
Yeah.
So what do you do in that situation? I should ask me, Fred.
I don't know. I think you just die inside, don't you? Just don't care. Just go. What you do is you just go, okay, well, it's on you. If you're not going to provide the urine sample, then you're not going to get the
better.
Yeah, you're not going to get better.
Suck shit. You're going to get incredibly sick. Great. Okay. No, Charles.
A bit of hard love. See, that's what this generation doesn't have. Back in the 1980s, we're Gen X.
Yeah.
We would have just been left to rot
on the side of the road.
Yes, we would have certainly, we would have had a latchkey, around our necks.
Yes.
We would have just...
we would have been allowed to fall off things and feel pain.
Yes, we would have just exactly.
No cotton wool.
Yes.
Yeah, you are dead inside. I think we've established that you're dead inside.
Okay.
Tomorrow on MAMAMIA Out Loud.
Hang on, before we go, surely look, I've never listened to this podcast, but surely we have to do some sort of plug for some sort of beauty product. So we'll talk about how terrible the beauty myth is, and you should just naturally look.
Well, I'll give you a couple of the recent episode titles from MAMAMIA Out Loud.
Okay, yep.
How is Brad Pitt getting away with it?
Ooh.
Injectables have a brand new hype guy.
What does that mean? What's an
Anti-wrinkle
injectable?
anti-wrinkle
okay.
injections.
Yeah.
The latest celebrity ambassador is a man.
Oh, well, maybe that's me.
You could be. You'd need it. And here's one we talked about: is Cider Hustle ScoMo is the biggest story in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. How did we not get the MAMAMIA Out Loud take on that?
Yeah. Oh, we should have done the MAMAMIA Out Loud take, which is what he needed some more injectables.
Quite possibly.
But I think that what we need before we do anything else is we need to do some sort of sponsored message like MAMAMIA would do.
Oh yeah, sponsored.
Yeah. So who would they?
Native content.
Yeah. Because isn't that what they're all about?
Yeah. Well, see, what they'd be about is if our conversation about parenting had been brought to you by
Huggies.
Huggies.
Yeah.
Huggies. Yes.
Okay.
Or their our elderly cousin depends. If things aren't right down there, or Modi Bodhi.
What's Modi Bodhi?
It's period underwear.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, well, that's sort of mid.
Right in the middle there.
Yeah.
And if anyone who makes period underwear wants to sponsor the Chaser Report, just get in touch. We'd
We've got your demographics sewn up.
Our Gears from Road, we're part of the Acast Creator Network. Yeah, I can see why MAMAMIA Out Loud's so popular.